Guys, so I thought it might be worthwhile taking you through what a session looks like for me after work. I work in an office during the week. If you didn't know, most of you probably wouldn't. So I generally get into the gym at about 6 p.m. at night after an 8:30 a.m. start at work, and I take myself through a session, and I often have to hit heavy weights. It's not always easy. In fact, sometimes it really sucks. Sometimes I cry. Which is okay. It's okay to cry in the gym, you guys. But I thought I'd show you what it looks like, talk you through some motivation, none of that motivational statement stuff, but more of the intrinsic stuff that'll actually keep you going, keep you feeling focused, and get you in the gym after a shitty day at work.
There's no heart beating inside your chest. It's vanished until then.
So one of the major things that I struggle with when I get into the gym at night after a long day is that my lower back is usually so tight that if I have to squat or deadlift, often I feel a lot of pressure. It becomes frustrating. It makes you feel like you don't want to do what you're doing. So I've come up with a few mobility drills that might help you if you feel the same way. And also, inside its tip, sometimes lower back stress or lower back tightness actually comes from the hips. So I'm going to show you how to release your hips properly before you start training after sitting down all day.
Never to be seen again. Never to be seen again.
What grip life. Oh no. Fuck. Should have read this. I was meant to do 5 for the bench.
Oh.
And I was meant to do 3 sets of 6 of this.
Oh. Well, 8's better than 6, so you've made more gains.
Oops. My bad. love it if somebody could tell me whether it's physically possible to do a heavy bicep curl while maintaining an even slightly acceptable facial expression. Like from rep 2, I'm out. Like from rep 2, I just can't help it. The facials are unreal. Stay on track in the gym and I guess motivate me is having a program. I used to come into the gym and obviously I know how to write myself a workout, but I'd come in and think, oh, I might do this, I might do a bit of that. I'd end up doing 2 sets of something, then just giving up. But when I have a program, I know what I'm doing, it's all laid out for me, makes it easy. Even if I don't really feel like doing Romanian deadlifts, I know I've only got 3 sets and I just get through them. That works for me because I think I'm very task oriented and I love lists. So having a program, yeah, keeps me on track and means that I'm not getting in here at 6 p.m. at night having to think about what I need to do, getting through 3 exercises and going home. About to head home, make myself some dinner, eat some ice cream, watch some TV shows that I want to tell you about because I'm embarrassed that I watch Dating Naked. But at the end of the session, even if I'm pressed for time, stretching is really important. And you'll probably hear 101 bodybuilders telling you, oh no, I don't need to stretch, but actually the science is there to support the fact that a longer, more flexible muscle is actually a denser, stronger, more powerful muscle. So if you look at a bodybuilder who has very little symmetry, chances are he's not stretching, right? He's got one side that's tighter than the other, which is why often we see rhomboids or trapezius that are a bit like this rather than like this. So stretching isn't just to make yourself feel good and help you cool down, it's actually going to make you come back stronger, faster, better, and actually look better as well. So if aesthetics are at the top of your list, make sure you sit down and just do 10 minutes of stretching at the end of your session. So now we're finally home after a pretty long day. Pretty basic dinner for me. I've probably consumed half of Australia's cauliflower this year alone, because cauliflower rice is a staple in my diet. I'm also clearly all about that relish life. I feel like just putting that life at the end of things makes them more interesting. Doesn't make it more interesting, makes me want to punch myself in the face. Relish has like no calories in it. I sometimes don't even track it because the calories are so low, so it's like free food. But basically just chicken, potato. There's such a thing as low carb potato. What is this? It's probably genetically modified, but either way. Until we get giganticism, I'm going to continue to eat it. Pumpkin, broccoli, and then just pretty much makes room for me to eat a fairly decadent dessert. And I've already eaten chocolate today, so tick. I guess the message is obviously getting to the gym after a tough day or before a tough day or when your schedule is packed is great and it's important. Let's be realistic though, because I'm in a position where I am quite privileged that my gym is on my way home. So I leave work, I head to the gym, my bag's packed for me, it's pretty easy, right? I can completely understand that if you have children or you work much longer hours than me or you have every other responsibility under the sun, that getting to the gym after a long day isn't going to be as easy as it is for me, and that maybe hearing me complain about how difficult it is quite insulting to you. So I realise that I'm privileged, and I think what the mistake is that most people make is that rather than making it to the gym twice a week after work and doing really well at it, they tell themselves that they need to make it 5 days a week after work or before work or 6 sessions or double sessions or they need to make it there and do cardio that they hate. So what the message is here is that if you have a sustainable routine, one that you can push through and that you can get through and enjoy, you're going to be doing far better than if you're making it to the gym at 6 p.m. every night and hating it, right? Another thing that people ask me often is, how do I get motivated to wake up early or, hit the gym when I've got a lot of other things on? And I find this one quite difficult to answer, to be honest, because for me, going to work out has become quite a routine. I've created a habit out of it. So a majority of my motivation is quite intrinsic, and therefore I find it difficult to explain in words. But one of the major things that completely changed my attitude to training was setting performance goals for myself. So no longer was I reliant on weight loss or looking better in the mirror or growing my glutes or growing my shoulders or XYZ. But I was actually focused on, improving my squat, improving my deadlift, lifting more on the bench, or lifting at all on the bench because I suck at bench. But those kind of performance goals are huge because, while you might jump on the scale and see a number that's not going in the direction you want to see and, throw caution to the wind and your goals go right out the window, building on a squat and a deadlift and a bench or any other lift or running 10Ks, that is much more linear in progression. I'm not saying it is always going to go up because it's, life doesn't work like that, but setting those for yourself is going to keep you in the gym, I can assure you. Another thing about going into the gym for me is that it has become a mental release. So I let go of a lot of stress in the gym. So I know that when I'm in there, even if I'm a little bit tired, I'm going to feel better the next day. I think that having a really well-rounded set of goals is the most important thing. So have your aesthetic goal, of course, have your physique goal, have your, I want to get to X amount of body fat, that's fine, but make sure you've got other goals that are working concurrently with them to fall back on. So having those well-rounded goals means that, if one doesn't go the way you want it to, like for instance, there was a long time there where my squat just went bloody nowhere. Every time I went in the gym, squat was crap, but luckily I also had deadlift goal, and I had a goal to feel better about myself mentally and to be calmer. So, while I was working away at that squat, which was, frustrating, I was meditating and trying to spend time to journal and try to talk about one thing that really scares me. These kinds of goals, I know you might not see that direct link to the gym, but I assure you that these things all work together, right? When you stop, I'm getting quite deep here. When you stop viewing the gym as just a place to exercise and you start to realize the way it shapes your life and the way, every facet kind of joins together, that's when the beauty happens. That's when the magical things happen, because going into the gym isn't about getting ripped and looking sick at stereo. It's about feeling mind, body, soul better about yourself. And, what's 45 minutes if you're going to walk out feeling like a lighter, more well-rounded human being? So guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that my eyes are slowly starting to go to sleep. I hope you got something out of that, and I hope what you take away isn't that it's imperative you make it into the gym, how dare you miss it, but that you can still get in there, have a good time. You can cry in the squat rack if you need to, but what is most important is that you're trying to cultivate a routine that makes you feel happy and good inside. So if your current routine isn't doing that, maybe it's time to think about it from a holistic view. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you subscribe. I've got a lot of other ideas. I'll also be doing my first vlog in a few days, which is basically just me talking to camera, which you can probably tell I thrive at. So make sure you're subscribed, and if you haven't already signed up to my email newsletter, please do so. Next week I'm going to be releasing my 3 sessions to a better squat, which is basically your free squat program that you can run for 4 weeks or longer. As soon as you sign up, it'll be sent to you. So I shall see you guys soon. Thank you once again for watching.